a tuft of brown hair suddenly started growing on the woman's back. She didn't think much of it at first, but the next day, it was gone, replaced by a pus-filled lump about the size of an egg. Her expression at that moment? Pretty much like your sixth emoji. Curious, she poked the lump with a fine needle. Milky liquid oozed out, but she could feel something still moving inside, so she reached in with her fingers and pulled out the same tuft of brown hair. Still, she didn't grasp how serious it was. Next, white hair began growing on her face. Even her cute little canines became sharp and pointed. Soon, she noticed dogs were unusually affectionate toward her. Her sense of smell had also grown incredibly strong. Just one sniff, and she could tell exactly what ingredients were in a piece of bread. She thought it might just be a hallucination, but that night, stray dogs were gathered outside her door. Driven by curiosity, she stepped out to approach them. She thought they might get along peacefully, but to her shock, the dogs suddenly went wild and attacked. At that moment, something inside her seemed to awaken. She began frantically digging up the lawn, as if something buried underneath was calling to her. Her behavior grew more erratic, until suddenly, her body underwent a terrifying transformation, and she turned into a husky. She assumed it was just a dream, but later, while chatting with her friends, they revealed they had experienced something similar. After a deeper discussion, they discovered they were all full-time stay-at-home moms, so they made a bold conclusion. Everything they had experienced might have been caused by the long-term pressure of raising children, so she didn't dwell on it. But one day, while eating with her child, that strange inner voice surged again. She suddenly began eating with just her mouth, and her child copied her. Their strange behavior drew the attention of others in the restaurant. Realizing how odd it looked, she quickly wiped her mouth with a napkin. A young woman approached to comfort her, saying she used to play similar cat and dog games with her child too, easing Vera's embarrassment. But just as Vera was about to thank her, she realized the woman had mysteriously vanished. Back home, she told her husband what had happened, but he didn't understand, and brushed it off. They argued fiercely, and she asked for a divorce. After leaving home, she confided in her close friends. To her surprise, they were going through similar experiences. The cause? Exhaustion from child-rearing and frequent emotional neglect from their husbands. Later, Vera imagined lying in her late mother's arms. It turned out everything had been a figment of her imagination. As a stay-at-home mom, she desperately longed for care, attention, and love from her family. After that, she began doing what she truly wanted. She took care of herself and started to thrive. Meanwhile, her husband, left alone with the child, finally understood how hard things had been for her. After struggling to manage the chaos, he rushed to find Vera, and sincerely apologized. "I fucked up, and I'm sorry." In the end, Vera chose to forgive him, and the three of them lived happily ever after. The movie ends here.